Hello everybody! Welcome back to Let's Play Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. This is Vitafuser. In our last episode, we got a chance to talk with our professor and made it all the way here to the fairgrounds. We also found out that Lestrade is now an inspector. Make of that what you will. And it's time for us to figure out what the hell happened here. Alrighty. Government policy. Using high voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body, and then beam him across to the Crystal Tower. It's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public. True, it was by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition line. To be honest, I'm a little surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean. The government's doing everything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment. They're more worried about being ahead of the game than the old public safety infringements. If they can be the first to develop some new technology, it makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see. Yeah, I suppose that's true, in a way. So the powers that be are placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment. What sort of rights? They're making it so any theories the brains have remain their legal property, as it were. Oh, it's copyright then. Right through developing it into a practical idea, and even going into production. Which is the infuriating reason us coppers aren't allowed to touch this crime scene. Because the new highfalutin Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act forbids it. I see now. The only people with permission to investigate here are some brand new department at the Yard. The Forensic Investigation Team, it's called. We've been relegated to keeping guard. Any fool can see that this heap of scrap metal was the sham to begin with. But just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing with it. Poor Gregsy. He's very head up, isn't he? Alright, Special Dispensation. Remind me again. What's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here? Oh, you haven't hit me, sunshine. It's the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Yes, I think Hurley mentioned that recently, with a twinkle in his eyes, I remember. I'm sure he did, your ladyship, I'm sure he did. Passed especially for this great exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas and inventions to some suits in the civil service. And if it gets rubber stamped, it's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality. So what does that really mean? Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition. Look at half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me, put forward by shimmers like yourself. Thanks for that. Oh, I love how absurd some of the new inventions here are. It's so fun! It might be fun to you, but remember, the Force has to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine, eh? Thanks, science. That's what I say. Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job. You soon think otherwise of just spending a day guarding all these Shemmer's bogus contraptions. But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point. Yeah, well, there's a point, Sedley. Sorry. Thanks to another of our government's broad ideas. If any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant. Scientists get funding. Exactly. And that's what they're all after. All these shemmers coming from far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And here's to keep them all safe, eh? Smile politely and welcome them. Us coppers, that's who. So you can see why I say it now, can't you? Thanks, science. Oh, maybe I can see a point. Alrighty, Professor Harebrain. Apparently, Professor Harebrain lives and works in Germany now, conducting his research. Hey, that's right. Come back to Britain, especially for the great exhibition is on this Sunday. Well, after one of them government's research grants. Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. Turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zieks. Hey, what's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zieks mans the prosecution and is accused, the professor's fate is sealed. Because the Reaper will get him one way or another. Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head as it is. Talking of Van Zieks, this morning's paper ran the story of him being attacked. Read that? Oh yes, but Mr. Reaper's completely fine. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, right. Glad to hear it. Still the Reaper, eh? How long's that business gonna keep up, I wonder? The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman. He was another of the Reaper's victims, or so I heard. Lord Van Zieks is a top-class prosecutor, but even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win. I heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zieks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court. Oh, the man himself denies the charge. Well, we've done a very thorough investigation. The conclusion we reached is that Lord Van Zieks is in no way related to the death of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would. But if that's true, how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't have just coincidentally died if nobody killed them. I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper. Professor Harebrain mentioned something else. He said at university, Lord Van Zieks was a totally different person. Easygoing and kind. You what? He said it was just after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. You have any idea what it was? No clue. You know something. Really? Look, I got my hands full watching over this frustrating crime scene. Why'd you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh? Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I said. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think. Watch anything, I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear? I won't touch a thing, I promise, so please spare a thought for your digestion. Anyway, you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? Yes, looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. Oh, we can't, can we? Because of the annoying rules, you mean? Exactly! That annoying, obstructing, flaming rules! Oh, look at the base of the machine there. Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh. It's a screwdriver, I think. Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle's in the shape of the capital letter A. It is. Oh yeah, you're right. What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything I say. Touch anything, I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, I say. Yes, yes, I understand. Sorry. Only touched it a teeny-weeny bit. But Gregsy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really, very, very curious. Of course, your ladyship, you're so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this. Well, I'm afraid I can't let you have it. But Bruno found it first. I'll show you. I'll investigate it thoroughly. He's gone off with it. That was very mean. I'm afraid Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now. Ooh, somebody's busted. Poor Gregsy. Am I missing something? Nothing particular of note. What am I missing? Yeah, it looks like St. Peter's Basilica there. In your country, Bruno. I do wish I could go and see it. I'd present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one of Hurley's stories I'd written especially. Steel samurai, huh? And see if I can get Hurley into a jam against some Barutsu master ninjas. The Jammin' Ninja. Oh, God. You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you think. Oh, that's dull. But I do know a prosecutor with a chrome ninja top knot I could introduce you. A chumich, really? I don't even know what that is. Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago. No, he'll never recover from that. What am I missing here? Hang on. I suppose once people are disassembled by the machine, they shot out of that thing to wherever they're going. No, that's wrong. I don't think it was supposed to shoot anything, Bruno. It was set up to beam people to the Crystal Tower, where they'd be reconstructed in their original form. But unlike the look of it, this is as amazing as it looks. The accident could have happened in the first place, of course. Nothing ever goes according to plan, does it? What am I missing? I know where I'm supposed to go next. But I can't because the choice for getting there isn't here. Floating balloons, huh? Sure must feel amazing being out there among the clouds. Let's take a ride together. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'd like to try it. But without a cast iron guarantee that the thing won't plummet to the ground. I'm too scared. Oh well, in that case, I should tell you what Hurley said. It's physically impossible for a flying balloon to plummet to the ground, as long as it doesn't explode. Yes, call me crazy, but I think that exploding part might play on my mind a little. What am I missing? What's this? I can't find. There's some sort of lever here. It's a crossbow. What the? What's this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. I still can't do anything. Yeah, we've done that. Blah, blah, blah. It looks like you wind this around in order to draw the drawstring back and create tension. You must be able to fire arrows with a huge amount of force using this device then. I would imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than a Japanese longbow. I really had no idea what I was picking up when I spotted this in the exhibition grounds. Groove here must be where the arrows are loaded, I suppose. So I was right. It's a bow with an automatic firing mechanism. This would be perfect for someone like me who catches his ear with a bowstring 2 times out of 3. Ow, that hurts. In fact, if I had one of these, maybe I could have beaten Kazuma in the Kyoto archery training. Alrighty. Is there anything else I can examine here? Layers of thick canvas with a thick rubber lining of sorts. I've never seen anything like it before. Applying Mr. Sholmes' methods, he might deduce it was part of a raincoat worn by someone who really, really didn't want to get wet. And the charring must have occurred when the person was struck by lightning. Or maybe not. Let's see. I'd set that up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Don't know, really. Did you help to erect the scaffold, then? Nah, lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition and keeping a lookout for the fun stuff. Mind Regzen doesn't hear you saying that, or he'll give you the boot. It's incredible, though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by... Yeah. All because I didn't investigate that part. Ugh. Runo, listen. I've been thinking. Hully might know something, mightn't he? About what? About Mr. Reaper. About what happened to Lord Van Zieks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea where to find him at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he? Here, this is what you need. What's this? Some kind of entrance ticket. Madame Tuspel's... Is it supposed to mean anything? That's supposed to be Madame Tussaud's wax sculptures thing. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like. No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow. But that's where Hurley is. At this popular London attraction? Yes! How is it you know where he is? Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Runo. Madame Tussaud's. I don't see how it can be related to the case we're investigating here, but then, stranger things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. Jeez, make us freaking investigate everything before you do that. Madame Tussaud's Museum of Waxworks. What the heck? What is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes. Why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murderers. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight. The French Revolution! Ho 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 ho! They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? Only until you get close enough. What do you think, Runo? Shocked? Wax models? I read about dead bodies in wax once in a magazine about strange phenomena. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn to wax, apparently. It's called adipocture. Stop talking about creepy things like that, Runo. You're scaring me. Anyway, it doesn't form readily, you know. It's only very specific. What now? I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display. None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas. Who are you supposed to be? Elizabeth Bathory? They can't be. You really expect me to believe that? Just look at them. Oh. There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic. That one looks suspect, though. Wait. What is it? Oh, no. I must be saying things. It's the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. He has his own wax statue in here. Really? Well, he's world famous after all. That's him, you idiot. It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it. I know! But look, Runo, you can kick this Hurley, and he doesn't move a muscle! You can't go around kicking the exhibits, Iris. Look at him in the back! It just moved, I'm sure. And not just a little bit either. And he's blinking. And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look, there's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing. Hold it! My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent. Mr. Sholmes! I knew it! Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo. Temporary waxwork? What do you mean? And that kick! Could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me! But Bruno has something he needs to ask you. Ah, a question. And I thought you'd probably be getting bored, too. So here we are. Well, I can't deny your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes before being stationary. More of being stationary like that? And my great brain, upon which all my success has been built, would have turned to wax. Thank goodness we arrived in time. Indeed, in many ways, the pair of you saved the world from an unimaginable loss. Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you? He could know something, it's true. About Lord Van Zieks and what happened in the past to change him. Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? For your luck! I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing. Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, I'm not mistaken. Really? Moreover, I have a strong suspicion it is related to the matter about which you come to me now. But how could it be? We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow. But for now, I must return to my work. What, back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then? Actually, it's about Lord Van Zieks. Ah, our friend Mr. Reaper. How did you find him? Well, I trust. And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I learned. About Lord Van Zieks, about Professor Harebrain, and about the strange coincidence that they had been at university together. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Zieks such a different person. I was sure you'd know, Hurley. You said there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before. That something was afoot. And that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Mr. Sholmes, he suddenly clammed up. Well, it seems we've reached the unavoidable... Greetings. Oh? Hello. What's she wearing? Does she look any more mysterious? I hope you're appreciating my museum. Sorry, have we... Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again. My apologies, I am Esmeralda to Spells. This is my museum of waxwork. What? You're the Madame to Spells? Bien sûr. Though only 26 years young, I might add. Is that significant somehow? I'm a madam in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi. Yeah, a certain I don't know. Right. Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks, or rather, one waxwork in particular. That'll be Mr. Sholmes, then. I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble. She sounds deadly serious. That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zieks now? Let's not forget what Hurley said before. About something being afoot right here in the museum, I mean. Yeah, I know, but I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here. Haven't we got enough on our plate already? Alright, we'll do that next time.